Hey guys, Cinder Ash here, and here we are waking up to our new Iron Man in Vault 76. Now, before we start talking about this, do note that this was pre-recorded before patch Atlantic City. I'm not sure what patch number that would be for you Fallout fans, but that's the one I know it as. So we're gonna get started, make our character, make him the Ultra Chad that he is. We expect him to be, give him that Joker smile, the Gas Glow style, and that delicious haircut. Name him after ourselves, of course, even though it doesn't fucking matter. State our dominance, take that picture, see up our nose, grab that Pip-Boy. And then we're going to immediately rush and go through the vault, do the boring shit, grab them perk cards because you get an instant level up on your special. Grab Inspirational because we want that bonus experience coming out the vault. And then immediately we start the Iron Man. Now is the time where anything can happen and we can officially die. So we're gonna go to that donation box, loot a bunch of shit, just spend a lot of time talking to these people so we can get markers, locations, quests, and whatnot. And instantly, we're starting off with the hardest to start build, which is just going to be a melee build. There's a reason that melee is really, really difficult to start off with. First being that the machete and other one-handeds are kind of weak. And another thing that we need to do is, just like a teenager in high school, we need to beat our meat and get as much leather as we can. And we want to dismantle all of it. Reason being is we're going to need a lot of leather throughout our entire playthrough. Because every 10 levels, we need to make new armor because enemies scale with us. Up to what level, I don't know. But I do know that they do scale with you. So we want to make sure that we are always constantly making new armor, so that way every 10 levels, when things start to hit way too hard, we can then roll into our ability. And then we also want to rest, because while rested gives you a 5% experience boost, and then we're good to go. Next, we want to hit up this place, start with our Wayward Souls, and just like every other Bethesda game, it doesn't matter what you say or what you do, you are always railroaded. Just like, Fallout 4, you're always railroaded into doing everything except what you actually want to do. So they're going to tell us, oh, you got to go here, do this, go talk to this lady, go find these tapes, maybe you'll be alright, read some plans, help her out. And then we find a knife. Now, a knife is a great starter melee weapon just for the fact that it's just super fast. And these early levels are usually pretty easy where you're not going to die immediately. You're not going to find too much stuff outside the green part of the map. And you'll be able to just start murdering everything. So we're just going to keep rolling through. Anytime that we find anything, we're just going to murder it because we want that experience. Even though we have already got our level to 4, and we're really strong right now with having a casual team where we're locked in with our bonuses, so we have an extra bonus 3 to our intelligence. We also want to make sure with the additional experience bonuses, everything's compiling upon itself. I have basically about an extra 25% experience total running right now. So that means these early levels I should be able to blast through fairly quickly. I also want to hit the Porta Diner up. If I can get a perfectly preserved pie, that would be amazing. I don't know what they do, but they gotta do something good, right? Otherwise, why would they be impossible to get? Or, like, really, really hard. I've been playing Fallout games since, God, when did Fallout 3 come out? Like 2004? 2006, maybe? Really, really early. I've been playing since then, and I've always, tapped these Porta Diners whenever I've seen them. I've never gotten one. It's insane to me that they're so hard to get that I've never seen one in all my playthroughs of, any Bethesda Fallout game. So we're starting off early. We're grabbing Slugger. because we want to get that damage boost for when we do find one. And then on top of this, these ribeye steaks, we want to grab all of these because the meat is stackable. So with the meat being stackable, it's really, really nice to actually be able to get a bunch of stacks just for our melee damage. So that way, whenever we get into a fight with something, as long as we have meat eaten and we're within the time frame, we'll be doing a lot of extra damage. Now, the reason that we did a lot of those quests in general is just also plans. Plans are how you build stuff like this. Like this person's house, you just need a bunch of plans. And I appreciate that these people put their stuff nearby, so that way I can check it out if there's any items they have for incredibly cheap, especially starting off. I might be able to pick up if I need it.
Duchess is damn lucky you showed up. Hope you
And you know, just like a Minecraft YouTuber, I got caught eating my meat to something I shouldn't have been, and somebody started shooting at me. So it's time for me to fucking skedaddle, and we'll go to Smoking Joe's. We'll beat some raiders down, grab some stuff, and hopefully we keep progressing, and we should be good to go for our final departure. Now, a lot of the times with quests like these, especially, you're going to want to focus. And I know for like a lot of Fallout games, and especially this one, if you have like 3+ like quests going on, shit gets really confusing. You'll start running around, not knowing where you're going and whatnot, and then it gets so bad. And we finally find a guy with a 2-handed melee, so this is great. We pick it up, and it's a hatchet. I had a double take to make sure that I actually saw it. So it turns out that the enemies in this game kind of lie about what they have on them. And then same here. You know, the guy's name was Hunter. He didn't have anything on him, no meat, no nothing. And I found a government drop with nothing in it, so I guess just a huge middle finger to me. So since we're here, even though these are miscellaneous, these quests do give a decent amount of experience, and since it's along the way, we might as well just do it, pop it out. There will be a lot of enemies to kill. Seems like these Scorched are just everywhere. They're like the feral ghouls of this game without being the feral ghouls. They're kind of like sentient feral ghouls, I guess. More so than like the feral ghouls that don't go full feral, just the regular ghoul people. It's really weird. I can't say that I was actually watching for, you know, understanding the story of this game. It seems a little confusing, so like if you guys want to recommend a Fallout 76 creator that does lore videos so I can understand who the hell everybody is and why they matter, I would hello appreciate it, because the whole point of this is I need to go fast, I need a level, and I want to make sure that I do everything in the game before I die. That's essentially the goal of, you know, an Iron Man, is to accomplish everything in the game before you die. And sadly for me, there is a lot to this game. I looked it up after I recorded this episode, and there is a ton of locations, and there is a ton of quests. And apparently, to get through a majority of just even the base game main missions, it takes around 60 hours. And I'm assuming that's with fast travel, because we're not fast traveling here at all during any of this. It's a lot of just running and all that stuff, and it's rough, especially early game. You know, your action points for this game are like super small, and they burn super quick. So like it's really hard to move anywhere. And again, more of that guy had a pull stick, 2-handed. Very briefly seen, and he drops a fucking hatchet. So I can only assume that some of the stuff, if it's not supposed to drop, like if an enemy has it and it's not within my level range, because I learned there are weapons that are within level ranges too, that means that I can grab it, which is really fucking silly. But it is what it is. I guess the same can be said about like power armor. I tried to rush and get a power armor suit, and I couldn't get any. They all had to be like level 35, 45, like it was crazy to me. As I was like, what would be the strongest thing in a game for me to wear? And to me, that screams power armor. Power armor seems like it would be the best thing to wear in this game. It'd be the easiest to rush into, get into, just find some fusion cores, run around, and you're good to go. But nope, that's not allowed. Not allowed at all. And that's so weird to me. It's absolutely crazy. So now we have to find our way around and get this card key. And keep going. That dude just crawled up out of the ground. Typical Bethesda. I think because there was coal there, even though there's like solid dirt, it was just like, yeah, fuck it. Let's just become a zombie. Rise out of the ground. Eat some ass. Eat some brains. Something.
Just loved Nuka-Shine. It's like all the nails.
And then comes my first encounter with the crown character. I have no idea what they do. I still don't know what a crown character does. They're different from a legendary, it seems. Right there, I got super lucky. That was dead ass the end of my Iron Man. That propane tank, that thing, if it exploded, would have just murdered me. That would have been the end of the run right there. That would have been such a pain in the ass to do. To just restart and do all of this.
I used to love coming here on weekends.
And I could only feel from my editor, because he had to go through like 2 hours of this first recording just to get to where we are. And I'd hate for him to have to just, you know, restart so soon on our Iron Man. And that's 5 quests, 6 locations, 0 deaths, and the start to a beautiful Iron Man.